Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, find it in your heart to subscribe, and please don't forget to hit the notification button so that when I drop any video, you'll be the first to know. So today I just want us to reflect. The past few days have been very, very touching. It's been quite agonizing for some people, which I am part of them. It's been teary, it's been hurtful, because of one, the death of Osinachi and Chinyere Ogudoro, how they died, and why they died. It's been so agonizing. And a lot of reports that have been coming out, things that these women, especially Osinachi, things that she went through, before she eventually went to be with the Lord, So it's been very agonizing days. But today I'm just making this video for us to reflect, Number one, before I go on, like I always disclaim, I am not a therapist. I'm not a marriage counselor. I am not any kind of therapist, but I'm just a realist, I say things the way I think it should be, not only the way I feel, but I say it the way it should be. So there's no point coloring anything. So, and I also want to say this for the singles out there. Don't think because of all that has been happening in terms of abuse, in marriages. Don't think marriage is not beautiful. Marriage is beautiful. For every bad marriage outside there are 1,001 million beautiful marriages, so marriage is beautiful. But one thing is this: marriage is not above God. That I want you to hold. Marriage is not above God. So going back to what I said, that we need to reflect, and I just want us to look around us. We still have many Osinachis. We still have many Chinyere Ogudoros. We've had them. We've seen them. Some of us are even the Osinachis and the Chinyere Ogudoros that we're talking about. But I want us to reflect on our roles, in this scenarios, in these happenings. If you are one of those people that stigmatizes single parents without even knowing their stories, then you're part of this. If you're one of those that thinks a woman cannot attain or should not attain a particular position, a certain position, because of their marital status, then you are one of the killers of Osinachi and Chinyere Ogudoro. If you're one of those that preaches divorce, that preaches against divorce, even in the face of death, my question to you is this: I know God is against divorce, yes, but is God in support of murder, or is God in support of suicide? I need you to answer that question, because we need to start preaching according to the principles and according to the heart of God, the love He has for us as human beings, which is equal irrespective of your gender. So if you're preaching against divorce, even in the face of domestic violence, in the face of battering, then you're one of the killers of Osinachi. Like I said initially, marriage is not above God. And one other thing that we should know is that marriage does not complete a man or a woman. That's not what completes you as a man or a woman. So, if you are one of those mothers that tells their daughters that you have to stay, even if it's beating you, yes, you have to endure, then you're one of the killers of Osinachis. If you are one of those, going through it, enduring the battering, enduring the violence, all in the name of you want to remain married, then you are the Osinachi. You will eventually, if you're not careful or if you don't work out, you will eventually end up like the Osinachis and the Chinyeres. We've had series of death. And if you're one of those that abuse, that is always violent towards your husband, and you think, oh, because you're a woman, yes, nobody would believe him, yet you do unspeakable things to your husband at home, then you're one of the killers of Osinachi. You know why? Because if that man, gets angry, turns around and hits you, and God forbid, you slump and die, the man will be charged for murder. Nobody will hear his own story of how you've been battering, because there are men that are also going through abuse. So if you're one of those women, then you are also one of the killers of Osinachi. If you're one of those family members that will know things like this, that will see that your sister or your siblings, your cousins is being battered daily, and you do not do anything about it just because she told you, no, I don't want anybody to know, then you are one of the killers of Osinachi. Remember, when it comes to domestic violence, you do not need the consent of the person that is being abused before you make a report. So if you are that family member that looks away just because your friend, your sister, your cousin, your brother is saying, oh no, I don't want people to know, I don't want people to know anything about my marriage, and you decide to look away, then you are one of the killers of Osinachi. We all play one role or the other. I just want us to reflect. I want us to think about the roles that we have played, because we still have many Osinachis and Chinyere Ogudoros out there that are struggling, that are enduring the battering, the beating, the verbal abuse, the spiritual abuse, all in the name of wanting to be relevant in the society. Are you one of those pastors that think a woman that is bold enough to walk out of an abusive marriage should not hold any position in the church? Then you're one of the killers of Osinachi. Are you one of those that think, oh, yeah, you are unmarried, you are now single, you cannot lead ministration in my church, you cannot climb the pulpit and talk to people? Then you're one of the killers of Osinachi. Because so many people stay on just because of what they aspire to be in the society, what they aspire to be in the religious circle, forgetting that your marriage is not a license to heaven. What you do, how you live, is what will get you to heaven. So if you are in a very, very abusive marriage, if you are in a bad marriage, and you decide to stay on, you are even committing a big sin, which is trying to commit suicide. Because staying on, as far as I'm concerned, in the face of battering, beating, punching, I always said is suicidal. So think about it. Think about what we tell people, what we preach, how we talk to people, how we say the things we say. We need to look and preach based on the principles of God, how God loves us as human beings equally. Yes, God does not support divorce. We all know that as children of God. But does God support murder? Or is God in support of suicide? Those are the things we need to talk about. We need to think about. We need to start talking about these things. Don't tell a woman that is going through abuse. Don't ever tell such woman that divorce is not an option. Give such woman opportunities. Give her guidelines of how to live better, to live more productively without the husband. Because look at how many motherless children we are having as a result of domestic violence. Look at the children of Chinyere Ogudoro. Look at the children of Osinachi. Look at the children of many, many other women. Is it not better for their mothers to be alive and be separated from their fathers than for them to end up not having a mother and eventually, if the law take its course, not having a father? So we need to reflect on what we preach, what we tell people. We need to reflect. Be mindful of what we say. Let us be mindful of how we address this issue. We all play one role or the other. But it's not too late for us to think and start to do it right. Let us stop encouraging death only in the name of religion. No. Like I said, we still have so many Osinachis out there, so many Chinyere Ogudoros. The role you're going to play from now on matters. Stop looking down on people. Stop stigmatizing single parents. Whoever thinks that a single parent cannot raise a responsible child or responsible children, the person is, as far as I'm concerned, is ignorant. Because I've seen mothers, I've seen fathers raising their children single-handedly and they are doing well. So let us stop stigmatizing single parents. Let us encourage anyone, man or woman, going through violent relationship to separate, to move away. My question still remains. If God is against divorce, Is God in support of murder or suicide? Let us reflect. And I pray that God will help each and every one of us. For those of you that are going through abusive marriages, abusive relationships, please be bold. Be bold to walk away. And I pray that God will help us. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.